What is good, y'all? Welcome back to Chris and Ralph Productions. As always, I am Chris,
And Ralph,
and it has been a few weeks
yes,
since our last video. Um, but today we were like determined to do a video
yeah,
because, as you see behind us,
we just
we
watched
watched Deadpool
Deadpool
and
and
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
So this is going to be non-spoilers,
Spoilers,
so you don't have to worry
non-spoiler.
about any plot points. We'll give like a synopsis of what
Yeah,
the movie's based about. We're not going to give away any of the badass cameos that are in it, and we're just going to give our overall thoughts. So, Ralphie, do you want to start off with this?
yeah.
Okay, what did you think of this movie?
I absolutely enjoyed this one a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and the action sequences are really good.
Yes, the action sequences in this one tops the first Deadpool and Deadpool 2.
Yeah,
It was just amazing. Of course, the movie's Deadpool and Wolverine.
yeah,
So we see their chemistry and how their energy bounces off of each other. And of course, you have Deadpool, the merc with the mouth. He doesn't know how to shut the hell up. And then you have Wolverine, who's a grumpy older man who gets angry easily.
yeah.
So, what did you think of Hugh Jackman returning for Wolverine in this role?
Like, like when I first heard the news, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, when they announced it a few years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also finally we got the yellow suit.
Yes, after 20 years, we finally get him in the yellow and blue suit. So, the gist of this movie
Yeah,
essentially is, as you've seen in the trailers and at the end of Deadpool 2, Wade, he begins to time travel, multiverse travel in a way,
yeah,
with the watch that he stole from Cable. And he basically tries to get his life back that he lost at the end of Deadpool. Well, not lost, but like,
in the
with
opening.
Vanessa and
Yeah,
stuff like that. And of course, the TVA gets involved because a lot of the multiverse saga involves the TVA.
yeah,
And that's primarily the gist of what this movie is. And of course, there's cameos on cameos on cameos. This movie is an absolute love letter to the 20th Century Fox
yeah.
X Men universe. And I think it just plays homage to those movies that we've gotten over the last 20 years. And the last one was what, Dark Phoenix, right? 2019.
New Mutants.
Oh, New Mutants,
Yeah,
but yeah,
from 2020.
2020. So overall, I think this movie, it definitely gets back on track for what the MCU has been off of recently. You think, like, would you agree with that? You think that it kind of gets the MCU back on track from what it was?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like a bit but still.
Like, it's kind of like this movie is so good.
Yeah,
How are the rest of the MCU movies going to follow this up? So that's kind of like your big question leaving this movie is like, this movie was so hyped and it's so good. Like, how are the rest of them going to follow it up? But we shall see. As you see behind us, we have a good amount of merch. We bought this today. I stood in line for like an hour at AMC for this one. And then I remembered they had this one and I was like, I gotta get both of them. And of course, we have the necklace right here. We bought a few weeks ago, and we bought another set. We have the Deadpool game, which we bought on eBay. It was in transit for like 3 weeks when we finally got it.
yeah,
Of course, we have the rest of the Deadpool movies over here on Blu-ray and this
4K.
Funko Pop Wolverine. We still don't have the Deadpool one.
But one day
We'll
we will
get
get
it
it.
soon. But most importantly, we have
The dog.
this
Oh,
mug right here.
yeah,
Um, the dog is so ugly and it's so beautiful at the
yeah,
same time. So guys, without giving away anything, of course, there's emotion because when you watch the trailers, you're like, oh my god, this is nonstop action. It's nonstop jokes. The jokes they hit, they
yeah,
really do. Um, I will say there were moments in this movie where I felt overstimulated to a degree. I was like, they're doing a lot. But at a certain point, they start to slow things down. They start to develop the emotional aspects of the story, especially with Logan, and you start to feel the story hit even harder. So, Ralphie, overall, any closing thoughts that you have about this movie?
let's see. I absolutely enjoyed it this one, and also this is like the very first R-rated MCU film.
It is the first R-rated MCU movie, and it's hard R.
Yeah,
There's stuff that he says in this movie that you would think Disney would be like, no, you can't say that. Like, there are jokes that are walking the line, and I think they're all hilarious, of course. There are jokes in this one that you feel like would have been in Deadpool 1, and then Disney would have been like, yeah, you can't do a joke like that. The jokes in this
yes,
are raunchier than Deadpool 1 and 2. It's gore. I'd say the gore is pretty much equal.
yeah,
I think the gore it has been consistent throughout all three movies. But I will say, Wade Wilson, Ryan Reynolds, he amped up the jokes for this one. I mean, Hugh Jackman, love to see him back on screen. And of course, the main villain, Cassandra Nova, I thought she was wonderful.
yeah.
She was great. So, guys, that is pretty much it. Go check this out as soon as possible. This movie is going to be a massive hit, so you do not want to miss out. Anything else, Ralph, that you want to add?
We what are we gonna rate this one?
I'm gonna rate this movie a 10 out of 10. You?
Yeah, definitely a 10.
10 out of 10. So, guys, hope you appreciate our review. And apologies for taking a few weeks to do videos. We're gonna get back on track.
Yeah.
So, guys, as always, I'm Chris.
And wow.
I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.